Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and good morning, students. I hope you are doing great. Welcome back to the class of Social Studies. This is Ms. Zunaira, and I warmly welcome you back to the class. So let's begin today's lecture. What kind of things we are going to learn, which chapter we are going to continue. Let's begin our lecture. As you all know that in the last class we had started a new chapter, and the name of new chapter was Reduce, Reuse, Recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle are the words which can be denoted by 3 R's. This is our chapter number 4 and it is on page number 10 of your social studies book. In our last class, we have discussed reduce in detail. So in today's class, we are going to learn about reuse and recycle. So let's begin our class. When we talk about the pollution, so we know that the pollution is the biggest threat to the world. And how can we control the pollution? We can control the pollution by a number of the ways, and the best way to control the pollution is this 3 R's. This 3 R's indicates, as I told you, that reduce, reuse, recycle. It means that garbage or the trash can be reduced, or the things which we have used can be reused again, and they can be converted into new materials as well, that is recycle. Don't worry, we are going to learn about reuse and recycle in detail as well. Okay, so reduce, I hope you know that reduce means to make less trash. So let's begin reuse. Dear students, if you concentrate on the word reuse, you will definitely know the meaning of this word. This re is indicating again, and use means to use something. So what is reuse? Using things over and over again. Reusing materials also reduces the waste. It means if you reuse the waste material, so it will definitely reduce your trash or garbage. The materials which have a long life can be used again after their original use is finished. For example, if you have a glass jar of coffee, and if you have consumed all of the coffee beans, so you can use that jar to keep some more spices in that. Okay, by this way you are going to reuse that jar or container. This is how we can reuse the things. Okay, and it reduces the waste as well. So here comes some of the other words for defining the reuse, so it will be better for you guys. So reuse is indicating to use again or more than once. If you use any material more than once, so that is reuse. Reuse materials and items so that they have longer lifespans and don't get thrown away after the first use. After the first use, if you can use that thing second time, so do it. Many items found around the home can be used for different purposes, as I told you the example of jar or container. So before you throw those items away, think about how they can be reused. If they can be reused, so please reuse those things. Don't discard them like a trash. As we have already discussed that the second R is for reuse. This one is becoming more and more popular day by day, and this needs creativity as well. If you have something and you want to use that thing again and you don't get that how to use that again, so you can search it out on Google, and you will be having number of the ways to reuse that particular thing. Okay, so for example, I can give you some of the examples over here. like use sealable containers rather than the plastic wrappers. Invest in some reusable shopping bags or bring old plastic bags with you to store the things. Okay, and other than this, you can have number of the ideas by searching on internet. Now, the final and probably the best known R stands for recycling. And recycle. Actually, recycling is a process of remanufacturing a product to be sold as new. Along with some of the basics of paper, plastic, glass and cardboard, there are a number of the items which can be recycled. So, if we see the easy definition of recycle, so that is making new materials from waste or old materials is called recycling. Recycling is the process of collecting and processing materials that would otherwise be thrown away as trash or turning them into new products. Recycling can benefit your community and environment. Here are some of the examples of materials which can be recycled. As I told you, that glass, paper, plastic, metal, these things can be recycled.
I sure enjoyed lunch today, but look at this mess. We need to clean up. Let's find the trash bin. Wait a minute. There are two different trash bins. And one of them has a picture on it. What do you think it means? I don't know. I'm so confused.
Oh, don't worry. It's really quite simple. This is called the recycling symbol.
Recycling? What does that mean, Mr. Sammy?
Recycling is when we take old trash and make it into something new.
Can we recycle bananas?
No, some trash can't be recycled. These things go into the trash bin. But we can recycle a glass bottle, an aluminum can, a plastic bag, and a magazine. These things go into the recycling bin.
And then what happens?
The recycling bins go to a special place called the recycling plant. That's where the magic happens. Bottles, cans, plastic, and paper are chopped into tiny bits. Then they are melted or turned into mush. Now they can be used to make new things. That's recycling.
Wow, that's amazing! Well, how can we recycle?
You can start by putting all of the recyclable trash into the correct bin. Remember, only glass, metal, plastic, and paper can be recycled.
I think we need some help. Can you help us sort the trash? Great! Let's clean up. Where should we put this plastic water bottle? In the trash bin or the recycling bin? You're right! Let's toss it in the recycling bin. What about this apple core? Can we recycle it? No. Food goes to the trash bin.
Do you know where this soda can goes? Yes, we can recycle metal cans.
Let's keep going. We have an eggshell, an empty glass bottle, an old magazine, a plastic bag, and a metal can. Can you help us sort them? we will give you some time to think. But if you need more time, you can pause the video and answer when you are ready. You already know that we can recycle glass, metal, plastic, and paper. That's why these things should go into the recycling bin. Can we recycle food? No. The eggshell goes to the trash bin.
Dear students, as we have come to know in previous minutes that the R for recycling is the best known R from 3 R's. Recycling has number of the benefits, from which some of the benefits are listed here. That includes recycling reduces the amount of waste, as it is so understood. It conserves natural resources such as timber, water, minerals. It increases economic security by tapping a domestic source of materials. It prevents pollution by reducing the need to collect new raw materials. It saves energy. It supports manufacturing and conserves valuable resources. And it helps create jobs in recycling. You might have seen some of the people working for recycling. They collect waste of the materials from different places, and then they send those materials to the factories or industries where those things can be recycled or remanufactured. So this is how there are a number of the benefits of recycling, and it is very useful for us. Dear students, here are some of the examples of materials which can be recycled, and these include glass, metal, plastic, and paper. These materials can be recycled into new materials. These can be turned into new materials or products, as I told you. Recycled plastic is used to make some electrical switchboards and household items like chairs and buckets. So dear students, up till now we have completed our 3 R's in detail, and this 3 R's indicates reduce, reuse and recycle. In our previous lecture we have completed a reduce, and in today's lecture we have completed reuse and recycle. Here is the comparison of these 3 R's from one another, because these 3 R's seem similar, but there are the differences. Okay, so reduce simply means living more carefully, or so that you have less rubbish to get rid of. Avoiding waste is the preferable option of waste management. Okay, this all is done by the waste management. Okay, there are some of the organizations that are working to protect our environment, and they some of them have the task of waste management as well. If we talk about reuse, reuse means to use the same item more than once, preferably many times, rather than disposing of it after one use. Okay, here are the examples. You can read them out. Now recycle. Recycle means to process used materials. Okay, to process used materials into new products to save natural resources and artificial resources as well, and it prevents our energy as well. And here are the examples for recycle. So this is how the reuse, reduce, reuse, recycle are useful in life of human being, not only the human being but the living creatures, all the living creatures. Okay, because the combination of these 3 R's, or reduce, reuse, recycle, can save our environment and can save our natural resources and artificial resources and energy as well. here comes again the reduce, recycle and reuse, but this is not new information for you. This is a kind of suggestion for you. Please reduce, recycle, reuse. You can help the earth if you choose recycle plastic, glass or cans, reduce the rubbish on our lands. So students, this chapter is quite easy chapter for you. There is nothing difficult in it. And what you have to do now, you have to read your chapter. Okay, all the information in this chapter is quite easy. There are only the discussion of 3 hours, and they look similar with each other, and their meanings look similar, but they have difference as well. Okay, what you have to do, you have to read them out carefully. You have to underline the important lines in your book, or you can highlight your important lines as well. Apart from this, if we talk about the written work, you have to be very careful while writing while writing the assignments. Okay, and I hope you're going to attempt the assignment in good writing, and your writing must be neat and clean. So thank you so much. Here we are winding up our lecture, and if you have any confusion, so you can ask me via comments on Google Classroom. So thank you so much. Inshallah we shall meet in the next class. So take care and goodbye.